Hey, good morning, and how are you guys doing today? I hope amazing. So, we're back writing on Echoes of the Cosmic Veil. We're going to be on chapter 12 today. Let me go ahead and get chat up and stuff right off the bat. I hope you guys are doing amazing. This is going pretty um, good, I would say, overall, knocking out like revisions on one chapter a day. I'm happy with it. I'm pretty impressed we're doing this so fast. Outside of that, boom, click that button, click that button. Um, I had somebody else revising through last night, so it's back at chapter 5 because the first secondary look outside of us is going on right now on this. Let's get to chapter 12 real quick. And there's still being, I mean, there is stuff found. I don't know how much stuff. I know that there are some notes here and stuff. Okay, ready. Get set on this crap. Um, I'm gonna get some coffee in me too. Hold on 1 second. I want to make sure I have chat up. Chat's up. Yeah. Okay. Just checking. Let me get all this stuff in place. Man, you guys are amazing. So far, I think we all know that Sam messed around, hooked up with Kiara in the med bay, and while they were hooking up, Daniel and Ethan planted explosive devices and ended up, well, basically, people died, Trag's dead, stuff like that has occurred. So, what the deal is from here, a lot of people are going to die, right and left. I'm just heads up in you. I didn't pull punches on that part. I don't know if anybody dies in chapter 12. I'm gonna. It's 5 in the morning, you guys. You look down here at the corner, and it just let me know it's gonna be horrible hot today too. That's nobody wants to see that shit. Okay. I showered up and sat down on the edge of the bed. I knew the connection with the AI was. Oh, so see, um, the flood of a when he nailed when he hooked up with I'm trying to remember the girl's name. I'm still waking up. When he hooked up with not Amelia, not Mia, Kiara. I had just said her name. This is how I need to wake up, guys. When he hooked up with Kiara, um, at towards the end of it and stuff like that, a flood of memories from the AI, from Amelia's interaction with Daniel. No, not Daniel. Daniel's the bad guy. Eric. So when Amelia hooked up with Eric, what ends up happening is that it floods a flood of triggered memories. Um, my God, I apologize. I'm really not awake. Let me really get some coffee. So how's everything going today? I hope you guys are doing good. I'm clearly needing 5 minutes to wake up. So outside of that, things are going smooth as heck. My God. Okay, so here's our story. I apologize that literally my own story is elusive to me this morning. So our main guy, Sam, hooked up with Kiera. When he was finishing, that triggered a flood of memories from Eric and Amelia. Amelia is the girl, of course, that they're going to get. That's Dr. Kern. I'm doing awesome, but for a second I was so not awake that I was trying to explain the story and legitimately probably sounded like some kind of Alzheimer's patient. I'm actually medically okay, you guys. I'm doing good. Um, So just in case you were watching that and asking, is this guy having a stroke? I was not. I was just whew, not awake at all. And I thought like I would jump on, trigger the button, and I would just like wake up because there's a camera in my face and crap. Guess what? The camera provides 0% wake up to anybody. It actually did nothing. Even having everybody in front, well, having a stream going and you guys there, you would think the panic of that would have flooded adrenaline to my body and woke me up. Nope, coffee. That's how it goes some days. Okay, now I do feel I am awake. Partially because that was so awkward, I'll agree. I showered up and sat down on the edge of the bed. I knew the connection with the AI was establishing from the flood of memories that washed over me as it interfaced. Oh, I'm going to change some of the stuff. I don't speak, I don't type Kiara very often. It interfaced into my memories during the interlude with Kiara. I think we already have that idea. Okay, this might be good, it might suck. I'm going to be honest. By the way, Midnight Bacon, I hope you're having a great morning. Okay, I showered up and sat down on the edge of the bed. I knew the connection with the AI was establishing from the flood of memories that washed over me while I was with Kiara. It interfaced into my memories, that was clear, and I had some access to the memories stored inside it. Okay, I'm going to just change this to. I don't like that many it's. Too many it's. The AI. The AI had interfaced into my memories. That was clear. And I had some access to the memories stored inside it. I grabbed my pants and jacket off of the floor and got the two last injectors out of my pants cargo pocket. Ooh, I don't like that. And got the two last injectors out of my. I'm gonna put out of. I'm just changing the order and hoping it sounds better or goes smoother. I grabbed my pants and jacket off of the floor. Mm. Okay, I grabbed my pants and jacket off of the floor, grabbing the last two injectors, comma, out of the pocket on my pants. Out of the cargo pocket on my pants. I could already feel a slight connection. Oh, did he use them? Oh, never mind. I should have read ahead. I'm like, did he use them already? At my own freaking stuff. This is what happens if you write a book, takes 6 months or more. I don't know. You can look at the video history and find out exactly how long I took between finishing the last revisions and coming back at it. But it's like I don't even actually know all my own books. Some of it's a surprise to me. I'm like, holy shit, that happened. I know the overarching story, and as I read it, it's coming back to me. But my God, well, it's actually interesting. It's probably a good idea. So let's see. I could already feel a slight connection, but as the injector released against my neck, I knew I would soon have a strong enough connection with the AI to make it permanent. Wait. Yeah, that I don't like at all. I could already feel a slight connection. Too big, too much. It's factually what we want there. Okay, you guys. Okay. Okay. So he takes the injector, gets it, puts it against his neck, clicks it. What the hell does he know? Let's think. Okay. Okay. I could already feel a slight connection with the AI, but as the injector released against my neck, I knew it would not be long until its secrets were mine. That's where we're period. I would soon have a strong enough connection with the AI to make it a permanent and more controllable link between us. Well, obviously it's permanent. Oh. Okay. I would soon have enough connection. Okay, we're going to go to interface connections. I would soon have enough interface connections with the AI to make a more controlled link between us. AI, which would develop a Okay. I would soon have enough interface connections with the AI. To, do we want establish or establish? I would soon have a strong enough interface connection with the AI to establish a more controlled link between us. Okay, boom, we fixed it. See what I mean? That only took like 9 runs at it and crap like that, but we got it anyway. So that's all it took. That kind of stuff, right? I think so too. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna be honest, my mustache is tickling the crap out of my nose today. Let's move down here. As I sat there looking at the. Sat. As I sat back down. Okay, as I sat back down to relax and let them take their effect. Stared. Is it really like that? Oh. Well, let's see. Is that it? Stared? Is that the correct stared? I don't actually use the word stared ever. I stared at the last injector and pictured millions of little nanites suspended in the fluid, just waiting to become a part of me. Okay, boom. We're gonna period there. I don't know why I was being so bad about just making everything a 5 million freaking length sentence. We don't need it. I could feel my connect my I could feel my tele I mean I could feel my technopathic powers reaching out, desiring to be connected. Hold on. I'm moving stuff around. Sorry, guys. My stuff is set up weird. I want to change something here. I could feel my technopathic powers reaching out, desiring. Okay, I could feel my technopathic powers reaching out along with a desire coming from somewhere else. wanting the nanites to join me. Mm. The nanites. Okay. I could feel my technopathic powers reaching out, along with a desire coming from somewhere else, wanting the nanites to complete their job. The nanites had already linked the AI into my memory system, most of my nervous system, including my optic nerves and data jack. Delving, delving, is that correct? Let's just hope it is. That's why we have somebody else reading behind me, just to make sure the stuff that maybe I missed gets caught, right? Strong enough connection to handle delving deeper into the next one. Ready? The had already linked the AI into my memory systems, most of my nervous system, including my optic nerves and data jack. I knew the AI and I had a strong enough connection to handle a delve deeper into its virtual constructs and data archives. Okay, we finally did that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No problem there. Ready. I placed the last injector down on the nightstand and reached into my jacket pocket to get. Wait, does he have his jacket on him now? Okay, well, I think it's correct, but I'm not sure that that'll stay that way. I'm rereading it. I placed the last injector down on the nightstand. Oh, sorry. Okay, I placed the last injector down on the nightstand and then grabbed my jacket once more to retrieve the cyber deck. Watch this. I placed the last injector down on the nightstand, reaching over to grab my jacket once more. Oh, I don't even need that. Jacket once more to retrieve reaching over to grab my jacket once more. Grab my jacket to retrieve the cyber deck. Boom, out of the pocket. I placed the last injector down on the nightstand and reach and reaching over to grab my jacket to retrieve the cyber deck. And reached over to grab the cyber deck. I don't think he'd need the cyber deck for anything. I don't know what the hell he's using the cyber deck for. Hold on, let me read our own stuff and figure out the WTF on that stuff, right? I think so. Anybody else agree? Maybe? Hold on 1 second. Okay. I felt I felt strongly that the wait. I felt strongly that with this, no. I felt strongly that with the level of connection established, I felt strongly that with the level of connections established by the nanites between the AI and myself, Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. I wondered. Okay. I wondered if enough connections had been established for me to gain some level of access to it already. So we can get rid of this. And we're going to get rid of that, and I'm going to AI it. Hold on, I'm just fixing a bunch of stuff. I knew with my skill my skill I knew with my skills as a technopath, once linked to my cyber deck. Okay. Okay. Let's go back. We're going to read back through it. I placed the last injector down on the nightstand and reached over to grab the cyber deck out of my jacket. I wondered if enough connections had been established for me to gain some level of access to the AI already. I knew with my skills as a technopath, once linked to my cyber deck, fix that, I would be able to boost the connection. That would allow me to transfer some of my programs off of the deck and possibly upload the data for my virtual. Let's see that. Upload. My virtual avatar. Think we got it now. Let's read this. Let me stretch my legs. I placed the last injector down on the nightstand and reached over and grabbed the cyber deck out of my jacket. I wondered if enough connections had been established for me to gain some level of access to the AI already. I knew with my skills as a technopath, once linked to my cyber deck, I would be able to boost the connection. That would allow me to transfer some of the programs off of the deck and possibly upload my virtual avatar. Having my custom designed avatar would provide for an easier time exploring the vast cyberscapes of the AI. I connected the data link to my cyberdeck and then to my data jack. Okay. Oh. Okay. I connected. Okay. I connected to the cyber deck with the link from my data jack, creating a hard. I think we all know that that's a hard link, right? Okay. Boom, boom. Ready? Instantly, the AI fired up, running interface programs, then numerous diagnostics, memorizing every detail of my CyberDeck schematics, and downloading its operating program files before executing an interface prompt on my CyberDeck. Well, that went well, right? We finally fixed it. Yeah, I agree. Holy crap, that took a lot of work. But once it's done, it's done. So we can just be like, yay. I relaxed myself laying back. I think it's actually. I relaxed myself laying back. I relaxed myself laying back. I relaxed myself laying back while uploading. Wait. I relaxed myself laying back while uploading. Loading up my. Let's just say uploading. Loading up my avatar. We upload stuff. I think I see where I was going with it. I relaxed myself laying back while uploading my avatar. Oh, his avatar's named Watts. Okay. I relaxed myself laying back while uploading my avatar I called Watts to explore further into the AI. Period. One, two. Hopefully finding something that would give more clarity to the situation. Okay, so let's fix that back. That's actually not so complicated. Okay, I relaxed myself. Oh. No, I'm wrong. Into the AI. Okay, ready? Boom. Think we got this? Maybe? Maybe not. Who knows? Okay, I relaxed myself. I am going to. I relaxed myself, laying back while uploading my avatar. I called. The. Okay, let's go back here. I'm going to put avatars. Having my custom designed avatars. And we might use different avatars at a later date. Let's not singularize. I relaxed myself laying back while uploading the avatar I called Watch to explore further into the AI. I hoped something deep within the AI would bring some level of clarity to the situation I found myself in. Watts was a morphic form, which I often defaulted to a humanoid form. Okay. Watts was a morphic form which I often defaulted to a humanoid shape while exploring. I named it after the ancient Earth philosopher Alan Watts, who believed you could create and control worlds within your own mind. The Watts avatar also wait. The Watts avatar also was the Watts avatar was integrated with multiple defense programs. And do anything besides multiple defense programs? Okay. The Watts avatar was integrated with multiple defensive programs. Such as its passive detection program. Okay. The Watts avatar was integrated with multiple defensive programs, not such as its passive detection program, which was running constantly. My programs not only kept me safe, but also made it almost impossible. What are we going to say the detection program does? Detects people, right? Hold on, I think I got this. Okay, the Watts avatar was integrated with multiple defensive programs, such as a passive detection program, which was running constantly. My programs not only kept me safe, but also made it where nothing could hide from me in the digital realm of cyberspace. As the link bridging me and the AI strengthened, okay, so we're good now. Hold on 1 second. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. As the link bridging me and the AI strengthened, I established full connection. First, finding myself in Watt's avatar form. In the Watt's avatar form. First, finding myself in the Watt's avatar form within the greater virtual landscape. Immense columns wrapped with data archives spread across the vast scenery. Being inside the AI while directly linked was different than what it had been like using my cyber deck and a near field connection. Okay, let's go back over that. Being inside the AI while directly linked was different than what it had been like using the cyber deck. Was okay, I think I got it. Being inside the AI while directly linked was different than the experience of using my cyber deck and the near field connection. Okay, I feel that is okay. That's 2. The amount of information could never be fully understood using anything but a direct link. Even the environment itself had a feel to it, as if being itself, wait, as if being there itself was an emotional experience. Even the environment itself. Is itself not one word? Yeah, it is, right? Even the environment itself had a feel to it, as if being there was an emotional experience. Okay. Let's see, one there, one there, one there. The weird part about the experience is that I could feel remnants of something indescribable at times. I would. Period. I would catch a feeling of fear or panic. Okay. I would catch a feeling of yeah. I would catch a feeling of fear or panic. Then as quickly as I began to notice it, it was gone. Other times I would feel the feelings you get when you know something bad has happened somewhere. Other times. Other times I would Other times I would feel the feeling you get when you know something bad has happened somewhere. Okay, I'm okay with that. One thing I knew for sure was One thing I knew for sure was something seemed to be watching me. Maybe a program within the AI, or maybe some remnant of Eric. Hmm. One thing I knew for sure. One thing I knew for sure was something. I'm not gonna say seemed. We're just gonna go positive language. Boom. Something was watching me. Maybe a program within the AI, or maybe some remnant of Eric. There, we freaking fixed it. Thank God. That was so rough, you guys. What the freaking A? That was really rough. Okay, we are totally. Oh, shit on me on that one. Do you see that down there? By the time Eric arrived. Oh, what the heck? Oh, sorry, guys. We're back up here. I'm all. Okay, we got all the way through here. I don't even know why we have Daniel's stuff right here. Hold on. I'm really confused. So this doesn't need to be here at all. Okay, never mind. It does make sense. Daniel and Ethan were employees of Emmertech. Am I not dropping into... Okay, I knew that someone in the corporation had made sure. Okay, so this is what needs to happen. This has to be taken, boom, copy pasted, and then placed here. I knew that someone in the corporation had made sure Daniel and Ethan were aboard. And I was sure it was connected to Amelia. Daniel and Ethan were were employees of Vemratech, but their loyals had been to the Olimari Empire of the Elves. Okay, so we get rid of this and then I reread through it. Weirdly enough, I think we just fixed it. I knew that someone in the corporation had made sure Daniel and Ethan were aboard. Daniel and Ethan had came with us. Period. Okay. Okay, let's see if we got it. I knew that someone in the corporation had made sure Daniel and Ethan had came with us. I also knew. Wait. With us. It had to be connected to Amelia. Now I had the opportunity to look for information. Daniel and Ethan were employees. I thought we already got that. Daniel and Ethan had Daniel and Ethan had been employees of Vermatech, but their loyalties had been to the Olamari Elven Empire elves. Had been Okay, so we're gonna probably leave that. I've got to look at it again. Daniel and Ethan had been employees of Vermatech, but their loyalties had been to the Olamari Empire of Elves. I wanted to find out if something in Eric's memories or the data archives could shine more light on our situation. After finding the data archives of Eric's memories with Amelia and their research work with the Zarkran's virus, I started reviewing what had happened. I looked back over what I already knew about about how everything had started. But now I could view what had happened after Amelia turned to further weaponizing the Zarkran's virus. At first, she attempted to modify it to be exclusive in affecting elves, but as all of her efforts failed, she started working to use it in new ways. Amelia modified a version of the Zarkran's virus for use on soldiers. The virus was designed to be injected before combat, which would make the soldier rapidly change, becoming stronger and faster, while keeping their mental faculties. Once they fell in battle, though, they would rise back up, fueled by vicious bloodlust, much like those affected by the original strain. Once the bloodlust started, anyone bitten, including the elves, would soon die and become a mindless ghoul, looking for victims to feed upon. Amelia's new virus outperformed all expectations, with many of the subjects gaining improved perception and the ability to see in pitch dark, along with other enhanced sensors. senses. The new virus seemed to merge with each subject slightly differently, but for the most part was a work of art. See, we're happy with that. Boom. That's what we like. That's the kind of stuff. If all of it went that smooth. Eric and Amelia had clear disagreements on what she was doing, but in the end, Eric was in love with Amelia and continued to aid her as she further developed the virus. Amelia, having a version of the Vizarin virus she considered to be pure genius, brought her work to Vamertech corporate board. To her shock, her work was called Pure Madness, and they demanded she shut down her experiments immediately. Let's see, I think this looks like too many spaces. 1, 2, boom. Amelia considered the board to be incorrect and small-minded. Even her failures, as they called them, even her failures, as they called them, constituted a small, powerful army. Upon development of a version she considered her final masterpiece, she decided to inject herself with the virus without letting anyone know, including Eric. A couple of weeks went by before Amelia attacked one of the girls working late with her in the lab. Before anyone knew what to do, the girl went into convulsions and stopped breathing. By the time Eric arrived, the staff had locked down the lab in an effort to contain Amelia and the possibility By the time Eric arrived, the staff had locked down the lab in an effort to contain Amelia and the possibility of an outbreak. Strangely, the woman now stood between Amelia and the door to the lab, guarding her like a watchful sentry. It appeared the blood had stopped running. It appeared the blood had stopped running. Oh, okay. It appeared to stop. The blood had stopped running from the obvious bite marks to the lab worker's throat and face. It appears the blood had stopped coagulated. It appeared the blood had coagulated. Okay, it appeared the blood had coagulated from the lack of blood running from the obviously vicious bite marks. On the lab worker's throat and face. Boom, we fixed it. Amelia had regained some control of herself, but that was only for a short time. Then She would fly into a violent rage, smashing herself against the lab barrier window, often saying how she would rip everyone to pieces and consume them while they screamed. The whole time, okay, the whole time, the now apparent corpse of the lab worker stood watchfully over the doorway. Eric, okay, Eric took we'll just go like this. Eric placed the entire research station on lockdown so he would have time to save Amelia. So he would have time to figure out how to save Amelia. He started to analyze the work Amelia had done, modifying her final version of the Zarkran's virus, and decided how to save her. It seemed like with all the versions of the disease, the way blood flowed and how the brain functioned drastically changed. First, actively would slow activity. I don't know why I'm saying actively. First, activity would slow in areas of the brain connected to empathy, pain, and most of what made someone human. Activity would spike in aggression, sensory, and muscle control. In the original virus, blood would slow, stopping flow to unused sectors of the brain, causing someone to become to causing someone to become stop flowing to unused sections of the brain, causing someone to become a mindless ghoul. Amelia had modified the virus so that it would not shut down the mind, preserving the subject's intellect. This allowed Eric to create a series of nanite injections to help restore synaptic pathways and re-stimulate parts of Amelia's mind the disease had suppressed. It took 2 lab teams, supported by security, to get Amelia down for the injection and restrain the ghoul now guarding her. Results took weeks, but slowly Amelia gained control, finally seeming herself. During that time, Eric watched as she developed her ability to control the now rotting lab worker and commanding her without words. Okay. Without a word? Yeah, without a word. Despite the concern and protest of others on the research station, Eric refused to inform Vemertech of what had transpired and kept the lockdown in place. Knowing that knowing only Amelia had the authority to override him. So that's a big one, but He chose to keep the lockdown in place, knowing only Amelia had the authority to override him. Eric would sit talking with Amelia about the situation they found themselves in and pondering ways out. For Eric, maintaining the lockdown and keeping order on the station was becoming a daunting task. This seems, whoa. 1, 2, 1, 2. More and more, the staff were demanding the lockdown be lifted and the corporation informed, some of them threatening violence if not listened to. Eric knew Amelia had gone too far this time and knew that that would cost them their lives. Then, one night, it all came to a head. Alarms sounded and weapon fires could be heard from all over the station. It was a mutiny. The security droids were fighting back, though, and still holding the command station and most of the labs. But the mutineers had all the quarters areas, cargo bays, and the medical bay, and the galley. Eric moved to, and I didn't write the rest of this. Okay. Amelia. Yep, Amelia. Okay, Eric moved. Eric made his way to the research lab Amelia was working in. Eric made his way to the research lab Amelia was working in, hoping that we would be able to escape. Amelia would have none of that, though, as the idea of them coming for her angered her. Okay. Eric watched by as Amelia slaughtered the entire station. Okay, Amelia would have none of that though, as the idea of them coming for her, the very idea. Amelia would have none of that though. The very the very idea of them coming for her angered her. Eric watched by as Amelia slaughtered the entire station. Converting okay, da-da-da. Hold on, I'm gonna have to write some other stuff in here. Okay. Hold on, I've got to figure out what to do. Hmm. Okay, after landing, it took no time for the disease. It took no time. It took no time for Amelia to spread the disease, allowing her to conquer. Okay. Okay. As word spread of her power to control an army of the dead and her victories over the elven world, more and more humans joined her. Hold on. Bureaucracy. Be- Elven. Oh, you know what? Elven bureaucracy. Elven bureaucracy made a response take long enough. Made the response. Elven bureaucracy made the response take long enough. Amassed. Amassed. Okay, we're gonna make that canon that she's wiped out 8 worlds. Amelia, you killed a bunch of worlds. Zarkran's virus. Okay, boom. Not very nice of her to murder 8 worlds, I'm just gonna say. Okay. Eric made his way to the research lab Amelia was working in, hoping they would be able to escape. Amelia would have none of that, though. The very idea of them coming for her angered her. Eric watched by as Amelia slaughtered the entire station, converting them into a mindless army. Dun, dun, dun. The first world we came to. The first world Eric and Amelia came to after the first world Eric and Amelia came to after the station was an unprepared elven planet. After landing, it took no time for Amelia to spread the disease, allowing her to conquer the planet without much resistance. As word spread of her power to control an army of dead and her victory over an elven world, more and more humans joined her. Elven bureaucracy made the response take long enough that she had amassed an army with a fleet, an army she had already used to purge 8 elven worlds. Okay, we've got that done. Done. I don't really think we need to get into how she was captured and imprisoned. I'm not doing that right here. That's part of the mystery. We're leaving that mystery in there. I'm not actually answering that there. It looked like I was going to, but no. Not going to happen. So here's what we're at. Not sure if I like 8 the way it is or if we want 8. 8, 11 worlds, Elven. Okay, I think we're good. Does that feel like we just finished chapter freaking 12? I think we did, guys. Holy crap. Well, thank you guys for being epic. See how it says hot day ahead? That is freaking not a joke, guys. It's hot as heck here. Hot, hot. I want to thank you guys for being awesome. Please make sure you like and subscribe. All that stuff. Helps the algorithm things. Promotes the channel. Outside of that, you guys just stay epic. Have a great rest of your week. Of course, I'm going to be back here. We're going to keep knocking this out until it's done. And then we'll publish it. It'll be awesome. Fun, fun, fun. Thank you guys. Peace and very best wishes.